Hi, we are going to go through some of the extra question for the the pre-assessment for P5. So previously we already have a video recording that actually go through most of the commonly make mistake from the paper itself. But then there's a question that I actually make slight mistakes that I want to rectify. And on top of that, there's like one or two questions that the student actually require more help on when we were doing class. So I'm adding on this question in order to aid most aid the students better like in learning. If you need, you can actually replay it to actually understand it better if you didn't understand it in the class. So I'm going to do the question that I make an error first. So it was the Bodmer's rule question, which is this one. So I think there was a slight careless mistake. I remember the previous time we say that we do the Bodmer's rule whereby we do bracket first or division or multiplication, and then after that we do addition and subtraction. So for bracket first here, we will have 84, and then we say that here is minus 20, and then we also need to do this part here first, which I actually write it as 24 divided by 6 equals to 6. I think I saw it as 4. So actually, no, it's supposed to be 4 here. So my answer here should be from left to right. I have 64 and then I plus 4. So my answer is actually 68. So my previous answer was 70 and then I say that answer key was an error. So actually, no, the answer is 68. So answer is number 3. So after rectifying that question, another question that some of the students actually say that they will need help on will be this question that is an MCQ question, but then it's actually a 5 marks question because it's rather tedious. So the total of four numbers is equal to 480. First number is tripled, second number is half, third number increased by 58, and then the fourth number decreased by 5. Then the fourth number will then have the same value. Okay, so the key thing here is that they will end up having the same value. So we have one number, two number, three number, four number. I'm going to just name that as the first, the second, the third, and then the fourth. So they say that in the end, they will have the same. I'm just going to draw the same as a longer unit so that later if you need to cut or to divide the units up, it will be easier and clearer. So the question here, I'm going to go as per what they say here. So they say that the fourth number decreased by 5. So means the fourth number at first here should have an additional 5. And then the third number increased by 58. So means I need to cut inside here. And then means at first is here. So this is at first. And then after that, they say second is half. So means second used to have another one here. And the first number is tripled. Means at first, the first number should be like that. So let's go and see where is the at first. So at first, right, for first number, okay, I don't know why the highlighter is just not working. Let me try and see how to make it work. Okay, I think it's still not working. Never mind, I'm going to use the pen instead then. So at first, they say that it is supposed to be this one. Okay, I'm going to use another color because it's not clear. So at first, it should be this one here. Because tripled already, then we have that. Second one, at first, is actually from here all the way until here. And then the third one at first is supposed to be here until here. And then the fourth one is supposed to be here until here. And then if I look at just the black line there, it will be equals to 4804 at first, correct? Because that was what the question actually told us. But how do we actually find what is this amount here in order for us to find the third number? So let's go back and see what we can do here. So if I actually do a cutout, I think my question here is I will actually need to know how much is that part. So I'm going to cut them up. So to cut the units up here, this is equals to, I'm going to cut all of this up into 1 unit here. So here is equals to 1 unit. Here is 58 because I'm putting in the number here. So here will also be 1 unit. And then if I actually do a cutting here to be fair, here will be also 58. And then here is also 1 unit. And then this will be 1 unit and 58 as well. And then this whole thing here, by right here should be equals to 1 unit plus 58 as well. So if I actually clear it up right, what I should have here is equals to my, to clarify things up, here what I have is, I have that 2 is equals, the second one is equals to 2 units plus 58 times 2, which is equals to 2 units plus 116. Third one is equals to just 1 unit left, because I'm looking at only the at first, which is until the black line there. And then we have the fourth unit here is equals to 1 unit plus 58 plus 5. So we got 1 unit plus 63 here. And then the first one here, what we have is actually equals to 1/3. So it's 1/3 of the 1 whole unit plus 58. Because our whole unit, as we can see from the second one here, whole unit is actually equals to 1 unit plus 58 here. So it's 1/3 of the thing. So if we actually use what we actually found here, then we can solve for what is equals to 480. I think we have not enough space really. So I'm going to write using, I'm going to scroll down and then write. So I'm going to use the space for question 12. So for those that actually might get confused here, this is still question 11. This is also the question 11 answer, because the question is really very long. So we have like, first one is equals to 1 unit plus 58 over 3, and then plus 2 units plus 116 plus 1 unit, and then plus 1 unit plus 63. This whole thing here then is equals to 480. So what we're gonna add on here is we will have 1/3 unit plus, okay, I'm going to take the 58 divided by 3. So we get 19 1/3. And then if we add all the units up in front here, we have 4 units here plus 63 plus 116. We get 179 equals to 480. So if we take 480 minus 179 and then minus 19.333, I think we have 281 and then 2/3 here equals to 4 1/3 unit. So if this divide by 4 1/3 unit, what we have here should be equals to 1 unit equals to 65. Question here asking for what is the value of 3. So value of 3 is basically equals to 65, which is the answer. So I hope that all of you are actually following for the question. So if there's still any further question, right, maybe you might want to slow down and relook at the question again, see whether can you actually understand it or not. If not, then you can private message us, and then we will do something similar again in subsequent lesson. So after we finish our question 11 here, we have the next one that we have some requirement from some of the students saying that the question is actually rather difficult. So the next one we have here will be question. Okay, let me find the question first. Okay, question 29 is one of the questions that we have students feedback to us saying that like we'll hope that we can do a answer on this so that we can actually look through it. Okay, so we have the question here. Mr. Lee had some $10.20 and $20 funfair tickets. He sold 25% of his tickets and collected $6,300 from the sale. 20% of the tickets sold were $10 tickets. Okay. And then how many tickets did he have at first? Okay. So the total amount of tickets sold is equals to total sold equals to 25%, which means I put it in fraction is 1/4. And then they say out of this 1/4, the $10 ticket fraction sold should be equals to 20% of the 1/4, which means 20% is 1/5 times 1/4. So we have 1/20 here. These are all the $10 tickets. So for our $20 ticket, so in terms of fraction, it should be equals to 1/4 minus away 1/20. So if we change the denominator to 20 here, we have 5 because times 5 top and bottom. So what we have here is basically 4/20. 4/20 is equals to the $20 ticket. So in that way, right, we will actually get the ratio of the $10 tickets and the $20 tickets. So let me change my colors to indicate. So we have like $10 tickets is to $20 ticket. The ratio of each will be 1 unit for this and then 4 units for the $20 tickets. So meaning that we can do quantity and difference, quantity and value here, whereby we have the value which is $10 and $20. The number of tickets here is equals to 1 unit and 4 units. The total value of the ticket in terms of units, we have to take 1 times 10 here equals to 10 units here in terms of money value. And then here will be 4 times 20 here, and then I get 80 units here. So what we have here is a total of total value unit is equals to 10 unit plus 80 units. So it's 90 units. So we have 90 units equals to 6,300. So 1 unit is equals to 6,300 divided by 90. What we can have here is basically equals to 70. So 1 unit equals to 70, which is actually we are getting our, because we are taking the total, we're getting our 1 unit equals to 30. Then the question I want to ask how many tickets he have at first. So the ticket at first, what we should be doing here is we should be taking our 70 here, total number of tickets at first. If you look back at our total ticket, right, the ratio that we have here is equals to $10 ticket is 1/20. And the fraction we have here is 1/20 for $10 ticket. And then for $20 ticket is 4/20. So means our total number of ticket, the denominator is our total number of tickets, which it means that it's 20 units. So 20 units is equals to 70 times 20, which is 1,400. So this is the number of tickets that he have at first, like Mr. Lee have at first before selling everything. I hope this will clarify most of the questions that you actually are not too sure about. So I'm going to stop today's session at here, and I hope that you all learn something from the questions. So if you still have problem understanding it, I will actually recommend that you actually replay it a few times or retry the question after you understand it to make sure that you really get how to do the question. Thank you, and I hope that you all learn something new, and then I'll see you in the next lesson.